Are all your clients innocent, Mike?
I don't care whether my clients are guilty or innocent.
Whatever it takes to win.
Yes, we gave it a considerable amount of time.
There's nothing Hunter or anyone else can do about it.
I want a restraining order, a court order to keep that man away from me.
Sergeant Hunter, Metropolitan Homicide.
Reva Schofield, housewife.
So what more does the DA want from us, Miss Wyman? A signed confession?
Counsel is badgering the witness.
Overruled. The witness will answer.
Not right now, but I'll be back.
Watch your head. Okay. Drop. Come on. Hurry. Get her. I'm going with her, okay?
Sorry, sir. Against regulations. We're taking her to Pacific General.
Wait a minute. What?
Excuse me. You the gentleman that called about the accident?
Yeah, but listen, I don't know how to...
Get in the back. We'll take you to a hospital. So what happened?
Well, it sure as hell was no accident. We pulled up alongside Neil Banion's boat to warn him about wind conditions off Catalina.
How far out were you?
About 4 miles southwest of the marina. Neil decided he'd go on to Catalina anyway. He hadn't moved 10 feet when wham, his boat blew up.
Well, what makes you so sure that it wasn't an accident?
Diesel doesn't explode like that. And the explosion was forward. It was nowhere near the fuel tank. That explosion was man-made.
Now, was Neil on this boat by himself?
Looked like it. My wife asked where Paula was, and Neil said he guessed she was at home. He said it like he didn't give a damn where she was. Paula is Neil's wife.
Well, so what happened to your wife?
Our boats were only about 30 feet apart when Neil's boat blew up, and a piece of flying metal hit Dorothy on the side of her head. And she was unconscious up until a few minutes. Listen, can we talk about this later at the hospital?
Yeah, sure. You stay with him. I'm gonna check on Neil Banion's wife. How do you do? Sergeant Hunter, Metropolitan Police Department. I'd like to see Paula Banion, please.
Is she expecting you?
No, she's not, but I think she'll see me.
All right.
Thanks. Paula Banyan?
Yes?
I'm Sergeant Hunter, Metropolitan Homicide.
What is it, Sergeant?
I have some very bad news. Your husband's boat went down at sea, and he's presumed dead.
How?
Well, according to a Steve Cardokas, whom I believe you know,
Yes, I do.
the boat exploded, and he feels as though it was not an accident.
Will you excuse me, Sergeant? I'll be right back. Can I get you anything? Some coffee, a cold drink?
No, thank you.
Physical therapist to 4 West. Physical therapist to 4 West.
Sergeant, my wife's gonna be all right. She has a skull fracture, so she's gonna be in here for a while, but the doctors say she's out of danger.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks. If you have any more questions, go ahead, because I'm gonna be staying right here.
As a matter of fact, I do. Assuming that this was not accidental, can you think of someone, anyone, that might have wanted to have killed Neil Banyan?
No, but see, we weren't real close friends. We only saw them at the marina or out at Catalina.
Well, did they seem like a close couple to you?
Dr. McFadden's discharge planner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we thought they were a great couple.
Discharge planner.
They were really in love. We liked them.
I've called an attorney.
Oh, why have you done that?
Sorry, he was very clear about my not discussing it with you. He knows you. It's Mike Snow. He asked if you'd stay till he arrives. He wants to talk to you.
Sure.
Mrs. Banyan is expecting me.
Please come in.
Paula.
Mike, thanks for coming so quickly.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Where's Hunter?
Rick. Hiya, Mike.
How are you?
Very well.
Thanks for waiting. What happened that makes Neil's death a case for homicide?
Well, his boat blew up about 4 miles offshore. The witness said that the explosion looked man-made.
Is that all you've got? One man's opinion that it was not an accident?
So far, that's all I have, yeah.
I see. Are you here because my client is a suspect?
I came here to tell her what had happened. Then she called you. She's behaving like a suspect.
You think you can recover the boat?
We have a team of divers working on it right now. I think we should be able to find it pretty soon.
Good. Thanks again for waiting.
Sure. Miss Banyan, I'll be seeing you again.
Oh, no. Not if I can help it.
See ya. Bye.
He's right, you know. Your calling me does look suspicious. But I'm glad you did. You probably had a good reason.
I do.
Paula, just listen to me and listen carefully, all right? Everything you tell me is privileged. And the worst thing you can do is lie to me or omit anything. Now, you do that, you'll only make it worse for yourself.
I won't lie to you, Mike. If you don't mind, I'm gonna get us a drink first.
Thanks, McCall. That helps out. Lincoln 5-6 clear.
Now, look, don't worry. I'll take care of everything, all right?
Okay. Thanks.
You waiting for me? Or you want another shot at my client?
Both.
I got a surprise for you. You can talk to her anytime you want.
Are all your clients innocent, Mike?
Oh, no. But this one is. She called me because 3 weeks ago, he accused her of cheating on her. Said he was going to get a divorce. Now, when she asked him who she was supposed to be cheating with, he had nothing to say. I mean, it was just crazy suspicion. Now, she figured he'd realize he was wrong, and they'd kiss and make up. Then you come here, waving your homicide badge around and saying Neil's dead. Under those conditions, I'd call me myself.
I just received a message from Sergeant McCall. They found the boat.
And Neil's body?
What was left of it, as well as a $4 alarm clock used in the explosive device.
So it was no accident.
Right.
Was he alone on the boat?
It seems that way.
Thanks. Excuse me. I want to tell Paul about this.
I know, Mom. Yes, he is a very nice guy. He's just not my type, you know? Well, he reminded me of Uncle Donald, you know? No, Uncle Donald's a nice guy. This guy's just... Look.
Sergeant McCall.
Yeah, I gotta call you back, okay? Goodbye.
I'm Clay Eastlake. I'm an attorney.
Oh, how do you do? Can I help you?
Just a short time ago, an hour and 20 minutes to be exact, I heard about the death of a client of mine,
And who might that be?
Neil Banyan. I heard there was some suspicion of foul play.
Yes, well, Mr. Eastlake, I would say that there is more than just suspicion. Neil Banyan was murdered.
Oh, my God.
Do you have any information that could help me in this case?
I certainly do. I've been Neil Banyan's lawyer since he first went into business. 10 days ago, Neil came to me and asked me to rewrite his will. He wanted to change his beneficiary from Paula, his wife, to various charities. And he also wanted to make changes in his property arrangements to prevent Paula Banyan from enjoying any benefits should he predecease her.
That's interesting. Did he tell you why he wanted to do that?
Oh, yes. He was filing for a divorce. He discovered, he told me, that she had a lover.
Mr. Eastlake, could you sit down and talk with me?
No, thank you. I've really told you everything I know, and my time is extremely valuable. Although I won't be charging you for it. I will be available to appear in court and testify.
Well, I appreciate that. I just have one more question. Did Mr. Banyan tell you who he thought his wife's lover was?
No. And I didn't ask. I felt if Neil wanted to reveal that information to me, he would. There is one more thing, however. Neil was due to sign the new will Monday morning in my office.
Nice boat. Yours?
Uh-huh.
Sergeant Hunter, Metropolitan Homicide.
Reba Schofield, housewife.
Ask you a couple questions?
About what happened to Neil Banyan, right?
Right.
Come aboard.
We're looking for somebody who might have seen someone board his boat last Friday.
Well, Sergeant Hudson, you have come to the right person.
Sergeant Hunter.
Hunter, right. I was aboard Friday night from about 8 o'clock till 4 a.m. Let's go aft. We can keep this more private.
Certainly.
Can I fix you a drink?
Not for me, thanks.
Well, I'll fix a small one for myself. I'm a social drinker. That's why we call this boat the Swallow. I came up on deck about 2 a.m. Friday. Well, actually Saturday morning. And I saw someone coming from the direction of Neil Banyan's boat.
Did you tell who it was?
No, not at first. She was wearing a dark sweater, dark pants, dark scarf around her head. Well, suddenly, I realized who it was. When she didn't see me, she just hurried on by and disappeared.
Well, who was it?
Paula Banyan?
Were you here that night by yourself?
Yep.
Do you often come here by yourself?
Well, my husband and I had a spat. I wanted to worry him about where I was.
Now, Reba, you sure it was Paula Banyan you saw that night?
Absolutely. There was a good moon that night.
Almost full.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Sergeant Hunter, Metropolitan Police. I'm investigating the death of Neil Banyan.
Hey, did you tell them about Paula Banyan coming down here in the middle of the night?
Yep.
Did you know the Banyans very well?
We say hello. They're very friendly people, both of them.
Are you sure there was nothing else unusual you saw that night?
No. Chet came down and found me about 3:30. And, well, then we made up and went home.
Okay. Well, I may need to come back and talk to you guys again if that's okay.
Oh, just fine.
Thanks. Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Point 1, we got motive. She was about to lose a hell of a lot of money. Point 2, the timing device, a cheap alarm clock, had a 12-hour limit, which means it had to be set sometime Friday, at the most 12 hours before the explosion, which was Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Number 3, Paula Banyan seen leaving the Banyan boat Saturday at 2 a.m. And 4, when she finds out there's been an explosion, does she act distraught? Does she cry? No, she calls Mike Snow. So what more does the DA want from us, Miss Wyman? A signed confession?
Oh, Mr. Bendici would settle for the identity of Paula Banyan's lover.
So then he would prosecute, right?
Well, actually, there is one more thing that worries him. What if Mike Snow makes a case for suicide? Oh, come on, guys. Banyan was behaving a bit oddly, wouldn't you say? Since this lover hasn't been found, it might have been a figment of his imagination. I mean, what if the murder was just an elaborate suicide?
It's not a chance. Neil Banyan had been meeting with his estate lawyer for hours. He'd been meeting with him for days. They were drawing up a new will establishing property ownership. Now, the guy was all set to sign these papers on Monday, and you think he committed suicide on Saturday? No way.
What do you think, Rick?
Paula Banyan murdered her husband.
Okay. I'll recommend we go to trial on a charge of murder in the first degree.
Grab it. Get off. You won't tell us why I wanted to lie. But the real reason I wanted you here was for that.
Right, honey. Focus on ready. Yeah. Okay. Yes, but what we're gonna have to do is actually. Here she comes. What is that? Your comment? Have a prepared statement?
Mr. Snow, how much is bail? Is it over $1 million?
Mrs. Banyan, did you kill your husband?
No comment.
Mrs. Banyan, is it true your husband asked you for a divorce?
No.
What's the charge, Mrs. Banyan? First degree murder?
I want to talk to you. Wait a minute. I want to talk.
I'll talk to him.
Why didn't you return my phone calls?
I've been busy. I've been in court.
You had plenty of time to run around asking insinuating questions about me, most of them damn close to slander. Now, why didn't you just come to me? I've got nothing to hide.
Good. I'll meet you in your office in about an hour.
Mrs. Banyan, did you kill your husband?
sorry about that back there. Some jail lieutenant probably earned a fast $10, letting everybody know that you're being released on bail.
It's all right. It's over. For now.
I thought you and Whitney Ferris were friends. He ignored you completely back there.
He and Elizabeth were my closest friends. Until Neil told them that I was cheating on him. They haven't spoken to me since. So what was he so angry at you about?
Whenever I defend someone on a murder charge, the first order of business is to find a plausible alternative. Whitney Ferris is my plausible alternative.
Have you got anything to back that up?
Well, he's Neil's partner. They had frequent differences of opinion. And I don't have anyone else who fits the bill.
If my defense depends on your casting Whitney Ferris as the killer, then I'll be found guilty.
Why?
They were friends. And they were more than friends. They needed each other.
Paula, he's all I've got at the moment. So please, don't repeat what you just said to anyone. Unless for some reason you don't want me to point the finger at Ferris.
Mike, I want you to do whatever you think is necessary. If I had to spend one more night in a snake pit like that, I'd kill myself.
The thing that tipped the scale that made the DA go for murder one was the fact that Neil changed his will, and he was murdered just hours before he was scheduled to sign it. Did you know anything about him changing the will? For God's sakes, don't lie to me.
I should have guessed it, I suppose, but I didn't. Like, Neil never told me that he was writing a new will. Never.
We're gonna win this case. You got my word on it.
You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Snow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Schofield, you and the defendant were friendly, were you not?
Yes, we were.
You had had lunch together on more than one occasion.
Yes, we have.
Now, on this particular night in question, you said that it was not dark and that the moon was almost full. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, here it is. It's between 2 and 3 a.m., and here comes this friend of yours alone. She's walking from the direction of her boat. Now, you recognized her. Isn't that your testimony?
Yes.
And yet, you didn't say a thing. I mean, you didn't say, "Hi, Paula, are you okay?" You didn't even say, "Hello." Now, wasn't that because you weren't sure it was Paula Banyan?
Objection. The witness has already testified that she recognized the defendant.
Overruled. The witness will answer. Mr. Snow, I can't answer your question. For the life of me, I really don't know why I didn't say hello to Paula.
Maybe it was because it was too dark for you to recognize anybody. Your Honor, I have here the Los Angeles Times. I'd like to submit it as Defense Exhibit A. And Mrs. Schofield, if you'll note here, this is the day in question. The moon was not almost full. As a matter of fact, it was the final 2 days of the last quarter. It was just a sliver, a very dim source of light. I don't see how you could have recognized anybody. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Any redirect, Miss Wyman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Schofield, you saw Paula Banyan clearly enough that night to know who it was, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I truly believe that I did.
And at no time, while you were preparing Neil Banyan's divorce action against the defendant, was the name of this alleged lover revealed to you?
Mr. Banyan chose not to reveal who it was.
Now, as a divorce lawyer, don't you find that rather peculiar, Mr. Talbot?
Objection. Calls for a conclusion.
Sustained.
I have no further questions for this witness.
Yes, my partner and I were assigned to the case as soon as we were informed that Neil Banion's boat had sunk.
And you were informed, were you not, that Neil Banion had told the defendant that he was divorcing her because she, quote, had a lover?
Yes.
Did you consider the identity of the lover important to the case?
Yes.
And you gave the matter proper investigative attention?
Yes, we did.
Would I be correct in saying you gave it a great deal of attention?
Yes, we gave it a considerable amount of time.
Come on now, Sergeant McCall. Didn't you feel the identity of this lover was important enough to have a major bearing on the case?
We felt that it did have a bearing on the case, yes.
Not a major bearing?
Your Honor, counsel is badgering the witness. Now, Sergeant McCall has answered this question twice.
No, I think Mr. Snow's intention is both clear and proper. I would like you to be fully responsive to the question, Sergeant.
We felt that it was an important aspect to the case, Your Honor.
Thank you, Sergeant. So the jury can therefore assume that you gave a considerable amount of investigative time to this matter.
Correct.
But you never found this alleged lover, did you?
No.
So to the best of your knowledge, there is no such person, is there?
Objection, objection.
Sustained. The jury will disregard defense counsel's last question.
Thank you, Sergeant McCall.
And then Neil broke down and cried. And when he got himself back in control again, he told me that he was divorcing Paula.
Did you ask him why?
Yes, he said that he found out that she was cheating on him. She had taken a lover.
Did you ask him who this man was?
Yes, but he shook his head and said, Whit, I don't want to talk to you about him, not even with you.
So it was pretty clear to you then, wasn't it, that Neil Banion knew who this man was? He simply didn't want to
Objection!
go in.
Your Honor, she's putting words into her witness's mouth.
Sustained. The jury will disregard the last question, and it will be stricken from the record.
Thank you. You may cross-examine, Mr. Snow.
Mr. Ferris, you stated that you were Neil Banion's business partner in the firm of Banion, Ferris and Company. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Were you also friends?
We were friends long before we were partners, and we remained friends until the day someone killed him.
Did you ever quarrel?
Of course we quarreled. We were in business together, very successfully. Neil was very conservative, I was very ambitious and aggressive, and they made for very productive differences.
These were verbal differences, heated discussions over policy?
Yes, that's right.
Do you recall a heated discussion that you had with Neil Banion on the afternoon of January 4th of this year?
No. I mean, the date doesn't ring a bell.
Really? You don't recall a day in your office when you and Neil Banion got into a knockdown, drag-out fist fight?
Objection. Material not in evidence.
Overruled. Did this event occur or not, Mr. Ferris?
Answer the question.
This was the one and only time that our differences went that far.
Mr. Ferris, where were you on the weekend Neil Banion was murdered?
San Francisco. I arrived Friday morning and left Saturday noon.
You stayed at a hotel?
Yes.
Alone?
My wife had planned to come with me, but she came down with a sinus infection. She had to cancel, so I stayed only the one night.
So you slept alone Friday night at a hotel?
Yes.
Do you have a license to fly a small plane?
I object, Your Honor. This is pure obfuscation.
Overruled. The witness will answer.
Yes, I have a pilot's license.
Were you in the Vietnam War?
Yes.
In ordnance? The department having to do with explosives?
Your Honor, I really must object. This is unconscionable.
Sustained. You've really gone far enough with this line of questioning, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Getting back to your earlier testimony, you said under oath just a little while ago that you had verbal differences with Neil Banyan, and only verbal differences.
I forgot, and that was the one and only time.
That happened just a short while ago.
It never happened before. I forgot.
But you remember it now, don't you?
Yes, I do. And we quarreled about two companies.
No, don't volunteer any information. You answered my question. Finish with your witness.
Any redirect, Miss Wyman?
No, Your Honor.
The witness may step down. It's nearly 4 o'clock. We'll adjourn until 9 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Those comments, I wish I could talk.
Anything goes, doesn't it, you bastard? Whatever it takes to win, right? Anything. What do you care if someone else looks like a killer?
It's your
I care, and I'm not gonna let you get away with it.
Break it up! Knock it off, will you? Relax. You want to press charges on this guy?
No, just let him go. It's all an act. An act! See you later.
You gonna be a good boy if I let you go?
Yes. Look, the man practically accuses me of killing my best friend. So I lost my head, all right? I'm sorry. Come on, Elizabeth, let's get out of here.
Mike Snow says it was all an act. You believe that?
I wouldn't believe Mike Snow if he told me that Blue Jays were blue.
Why didn't you ask for redirect on Ferris about that fight on January 4th?
There's an old adage in trial law, Dee Dee. Never ask a question unless you already know the answer. When you told me you guys didn't have anything for me on that fight, I had to drop the subject.
I'll find out about the fight. For now, let's go get something to eat. Come on.
You two don't have to wait, you know. The jury could be out all night.
No, we have to wait to see what the outcome is. Hunter and I made a bet on it. You went hog wild, bet a whole $1.
So you still think she's guilty, huh?
Yep. Sorry about that, Esther. I have to go with Mike. His stats are 90, 14, and 2.
What do you mean, 2? There's no such thing as a tie in a murder trial.
Well, sure there is. It's called a hung jury.
What makes you so sure Paula Banyan's guilty, Rick?
Aren't you?
No, I was before the trial. I'm not now. But you still are. Why?
We got ourselves a verdict.
The clerk will read the verdict. The defendant will please stand.
We, the jury, in the case of the State of California versus Paula Lorraine Banyan, Superior Court case number 882-2452118, in the charge of murder in the first degree, as defined in Section 187 of the California Penal Code, find the defendant not guilty.
I was certain I'd never have to see you again, Sergeant Hunter. Why are you here?
I know it's pretty crazy, isn't it? I need to ask you a question.
And why should I answer it? I'd like to forget the ordeal you put me through, and seeing your face only reminds me of it.
Well, that really surprises me. I would think you'd do everything possible to help us find the person that murdered your husband.
What do you want?
Tell me about the fist fight your husband got into with Whitney Ferris.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, someone told Mike Snow about it.
Oh, why don't you ask Mike Snow?
Because I'm asking you.
I have no idea. Oh, that's Mike Snow. I called him when I saw you drive up.
Oh, great. Maybe I should talk to him about a carpool.
What's the problem, Rick? What are you doing here?
Working on the murder case, Mike.
He came here to harass me, to try to frighten me. He thinks I killed Neil.
Any truth to that?
About the harassing? No. But your client did kill her husband.
What did he ask you?
If I knew anything about the fist fight between Neil and Whitney Ferris.
All right. That sounds like a legitimate question. You told him you didn't, right?
Of course.
Any other questions?
Not right now, Mike.
He's lying. He thought I was guilty from the first day he came into this house, and he is never going to leave me alone.
Although whatever Hunter thinks doesn't mean one damn thing. There's nothing he can do to you. You've been tried and acquitted. You could go on television, tell the whole city that you killed your husband. There's nothing Hunter or anyone else can do about it.
I want a restraining order, a court order to keep that man away from me.
Paula, what is it? What's the matter?
That man, that cop! Look, if you can't keep him away from me, I'll find someone who can.
Paula? Did you kill Neil? Now, if you tell me you did, I'm forbidden by law and ethics to reveal it. Did you?
I already told you I didn't.
I believed you then. I don't believe you now.
So you think I'm guilty too?
Are you?
Yes, I am. Does it make you feel any better to hear it?
No. Make you feel any better to say it?
Yes, Mike, it does.
Charlie wants one of us to go to San Francisco to check on Whitney Ferris's movement on the night in question, so I'll need you to take me to the airport.
Well, why don't you take me to the airport? I'll go.
No, I'm going.
Well, I happen to love San Francisco. You know that, so I'll go. I'll bring you back some of that bread you like, all right?
We'll flip for it.
Okay,
Heads I go, tails you go.
fine.
Oh, Mr. Heads.
Why do I always call?
I don't know. Hunter, homicide. Are you sure about that? Okay, I'll get right over there. Thanks very much. If you get to San Francisco, grab your purse.
Why?
I'll tell you in the car. Ray? Yeah? Get a hold of Esther Wyman for me. Tell her I need to talk with her in the next half hour.
Right, Hunter.
Thanks.
Hang on, JR.
What are you doing here? I thought we agreed you'd go home and get some sleep.
Yeah, that's right. We did agree on that, but instead...
have brought you coffee, homemade chicken soup. We're talking this is good. Nectarine, banana, and for me, chips. You need nourishment, you know.
Soup smells great, thanks.
You're welcome. How long has it been since you turned out that bedroom light?
1:43 to be exact.
So that would make us... Well, that's a whole big 60 seconds here.
Right.
You know, while we are sitting here, she could be running out the back door as we speak.
I don't think so. She has no reason to run.
I wish I was as sure as you were that she should have been found guilty.
Oh, she's guilty, all right. And she will be paying the piper. Chip.
God, I missed you. I was going crazy.
So was I. Let me help you with that.
I think I can do it faster.
I don't think so. Were you followed?
No, why would anybody follow me?
Who is it?
Metropolitan Police, open up.
It's Hunter.
Oh.
You don't have anything to be afraid of. He can't touch me, and you were in San Francisco. Go ahead, open it.
Hi, folks.
What are you doing here? You've got no right to hound me like this.
I'm not hounding you. I just have a warrant for your arrest.
On what charge?
Murder.
Are you out of your mind? Why don't they teach you LA cops about double jeopardy?
You have the right to remain silent, Mrs. Banyan. You too, Mr. Ferris. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
This is police harassment. I am going to call my lawyer, and I will sue you and your entire damn department.
You have the right to speak with an attorney and to have the attorney present during questioning. If you so desire and cannot afford one, an attorney will be appointed for you without charge before questioning. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained them to you?
I was already tried and acquitted on that charge.
Are you crazy? You can't arrest her for murder.
That was a different charge and a different body. You see, Dorothy Kardokis, the woman in the other boat, died suddenly last night of a brain hemorrhage. And this time, I don't think we're going to have any problems at all proving Paula had a lover. Do you, Mr. Ferris? Uh-oh. You know, I knew we'd see this guy again.
Yep.
You two are full of surprises, aren't you?
Yeah, always have, always will be. But, you aren't. You know, I kind of had a feeling we were going to run into you today.
Oh?
This time I'm betting against you.
Well, then maybe I better tell you something first. I'm representing Whitney Ferris, not Paula Banyan.
Why did you drop Paula?
Very simple. I don't care whether my clients are guilty or innocent. That goes with the job. But I do care whether they're honest with me. You know, I better go get Mr. Ferris out on bail. Excuse me.
So what do you want to do here? You want to bet 20 bucks, 10 bucks, 5 bucks?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm taking Esther on this situation.
No way. I'll take Esther, you take Mike.
I'm giving you Mike.
I don't want Mike. I want Esther. I'm not going to bet like that. What do you think?
Being a novice bettor like you are,
No.
I'd take Mike if I were you.
I'm not,
It's
I'll
good for
take
your,
Esther.
It's good for your, all right.
I'm taking Esther.
Okay, we'll flip for it.
I don't want to flip for it. I'm telling you.